And today I am more than excited to have as my very special guest the director of the world famous Detroit Youth Choir and my friend, Mr. Anthony White. Mr. Music Director, welcome to Stages.
Hello, hello. Thank you, Dr. Ray.
Now, for anyone who's been hiding up under a rock for a while, let me just inform you that last year, Mr. White and the talented Detroit Youth Choir, or DYC, as we like to call them, rocked the entire universe when they DYC'd, that's what I like to say, one of the biggest stages ever, the stage of America's Got Talent. I mean, and the rest is history, or as I like to say, making history.
Yes, sir.
Anthony, let me say this. Myself, as well as every other Detroiter here, are so totally proud of how you and DYC have shown Detroit in such a wonderful, positive light. Detroit, our city.
Yes. And we are so appreciative of everyone in the city and as well as you, Dr. Ray, and just knowing that you guys have the love for us and the support. We will forever be grateful, and our young people will be forever grateful as well.
All right. And that's what we're looking for. Now, we go back a few years, but let's go back a little further than that. I want to talk about you when you were like in grade school or middle high. Did you always have this passion for music and performing?
Well, actually, I was like a mischievous young man, doing things that little boys do. But I took a hold of music when around the age of 12,
Mm-hmm.
listening to the Boys Choir of Harlem.
Yes.
Yeah, the historic Boys Choir of Harlem.
Yes, absolutely.
They gave me my boost that I needed in the art of music. Just to hear a group of young boys sounding like that,
Yes. Mm.
it kind of made me intrigued. Like, how is the director getting these kids to sound like that?
Absolutely. And
As
I
I got
see the similarities between DYC and the Harlem Boys Choir. I mean, the fact that you guys are just theatrically based, not
yeah,
just about a song, but every song is a production.
yes, we want to make every song touch the hearts of whoever is listening. We even when I first met you, Mr. Ray, you saw us. That was at our youngest stage. We let's put it like this: we were in a rebuilding mode when
Yes,
we crossed each other, and just to see the growth of the choir is remarkable. And
absolutely.
and these kids, the kids that they already graduated and went on. Some of them became college graduates and uh, mothers and fathers, but we still have a new generation of DYC kids, right?
Always,
Yes, and
always.
also we have 3 choirs now.
Wow, how
Yeah,
impressive is that? But let me talk about this, Anthony.
yeah,
I understand from my sources that you attended Mary Grove and
yeah.
that you were in the performing department, and I heard that you were in a play called Godspell.
Yes. I actually did gospel my last year at Marygrove. But even before that, Mr. Ray, I was in Amos Behaving and Ragtime. But gospel was a very tricky performance because I was the only like African American male.
Did you
Uh,
play the part of Lamar?
I think so. I
The
think
reason
so.
why I'm asking you that is because not long
Yeah.
ago I interviewed Jill Hurst, who is an Emmy Award winner for The Guiding Light, and
Yeah,
she and I attended high school together, and I did Godspell way back then and played the part of Lamar.
I think I was Lamar. Who you got?
Well,
Uh,
I think Lamar was the only African American
yeah,
character that was in the show,
yeah.
right? That's
You know,
awesome. I said, wow, I can't believe that he also was in Godspell. That's fantastic.
right, and it was a great musical. I gained a lot of knowledge from that. But also to see that we're at Marygrove now. The Detroit Youth Choir is now a part of Marygrove College.
Absolutely. That's fantastic.
Isn't that crazy?
That's now you have come absolutely come full circle. Tell us how you became involved with the Detroit Youth Choir.
Well, actually, around 1999, I ran into a young man. His name is Fleming Ivory. In the hallways of Marygrove College, he presented me with an opportunity to work with a bunch of young people. And the choir then was called Detroit Children's Choir.
I see.
Yep. And I said, okay, I'll do whatever you ask me, and whatever. Uh, Years later, he retired the position of director, and he asked me if I wanted to take the mantle. So I told him, yeah, I'll do it. I didn't know anything about not music, but management, or I didn't know anything about running a business. So by me being who I am, I just took over the choir and I renamed it to Detroit Youth Choir, Detroit Youth Concert Choir.
Right, right.
And then it grew into Detroit Youth Choir over the years. And now, 22 years later,
Wow. 22 years later. Wow.
yeah,
Anthony, I'm going to tell you, but you guys were already a local phenomenon even before
or-
America's Got Talent. I mean, America's Got Talent didn't do anything but reveal you. You were
that's right.
already who
Yeah,
you were. I mean, and what is really interesting is I just found this out that I actually have family members that were
yeah,
in the choir and working with the choir. Like I have a cousin whose name is, oh, what is her name? What is her name? Well, I know Latoya Elliott because she was a director for a church that I used to play for, and my cousin Jackie Flores.
oh, Jackie, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Her,
yes.
yeah, her daughter is like one of our premier rappers.
Oh, right, right,
Yeah,
yeah.
Jada is one of our best and longest tenured young person.
Well, I'm not surprised because she's in the family.
Yeah,
And then you guys also, or you won the Spirit of Detroit Award, and you also was featured as the Channel 7 Person of the Week back in 2016. Yes?
yes, yes,
So you
and
see, all of these things tell me that you guys were already who you
yes,
are. Just
before,
America's Got Talent came along and revealed you to other people who didn't
exactly.
even know how great you were. I mean, you
I mean,
guys were fantastic. You blew me away. If you can remember, I had you guys on my
yes,
Sunday's Gospel Showcase way back in
yes,
2015. And you don't know this,
yes,
but Miller London, I don't know if you know who he is, but he is a Motown recording legend. He
yes,
worked with the Temptations, the Supremes. Miller London was the executive producer of that show. I was the producer. And when he saw you guys, he
yeah.
said to me while we were in rehearsal, he said, those kids are going someplace.
Wow, that's amazing. And
Yes.
I really appreciate that because I'm glad that you guys recognize the talent in us before America did. And just to represent the city of Detroit is excellent. We really held Detroit to a high standard when we traveled to LA because I've never been to Los Angeles before.
Right, right. Yeah. And
So
I'm sure the kids hadn't either.
no, they
Yes.
some of them haven't. No, for
Right.
sure.
I was impressed. Look, man, I was impressed when I came to your show at Mumford.
Oh yeah, when we did the
That really kind of reminded me of Boys Choir of Harlem production because you guys
Yeah.
did everything
Every
in that show. I think I was one of the patrons, and I was just fascinated. Always have been fascinated by you guys. In fact, I had you come to the church for Angels Night celebration,
yeah,
and those people. Let me tell you, Anthony,
yeah, yeah,
those people at the church, they're like, they came to our church when you were on America's Got Talent. They came. I'm like, yes, they
yeah,
are one and the same. That is the
yeah. Choir.
same group
Same group.
representing Detroit.
Hmm.
Now we saw it when Terry Crews hit that golden buzzer. But
Yeah.
what was it like to actually be there?
Well, let me tell you, to stand on that big stage in Pasadena and to look out into the audience and see Simon, Gabrielle Union, Julianne Hough, and Howie Mandel, it looked like I was just watching them on TV while I was, I never seen anything. I never felt anything like that, and I had butterflies in my stomach. I was nervous, but the only thing that came out of my mouth was, "We can be the first to win this whole thing," and I didn't know what I was talking about. I didn't
You
know what I was.
spoke it into existence.
Yeah, yeah, and a lot of people said you did say we was gonna make it. You did, and I told them like, yeah, I did say that we were gonna make it far, but but all the young people involved in that choir that year, they're still, well, I'll say over half of them are still with us, and when I tell you they really appreciated me,
I'm
uh,
sure.
yeah, doing that for them because they look at it as, Mr. White, you did this for me. You know, I didn't look at it like that. I looked at it like we're just going on here to perform.
You've
But
changed, man, you have changed
yeah,
their life. And not only that, but you have changed the life of subsequent generations that will come after them. And that's the thing about working with young people. It's like dropping a pebble in a puddle. You have no idea how far your influence is going to be going and affecting other people. That's just amazing. That's
yeah,
just amazing.
it's,
Detroit salutes you. So even though you guys didn't walk away with the number one spot, you definitely walked away with the number one spot here in Detroit. And I'm telling you, Detroit was on fire when you
yeah,
guys were up there on stage. The principal of my school, he was like, "Man, have you seen?" I'm like, "Yes, yes." I'm like, "We're gonna have to get him over here to the school." I mean,
yeah.
everybody was just so excited, and the excitement still lives even today.
Day, yes. And a year later, we still working, y'all. We like I said, we have three choirs now. We have the Limelight Choir, the Center Stage Choir, and the Primetime Choir, and they are out here working, y'all. They are working. So
So what's on the horizon for DYC now? I
ooh,
know you guys just moved into Mary Grove. So what's
yes.
on the horizon?
So my dream is to have an after school academy where kids can come and do homework, record a record, do a little bit of dance, almost like a mini Motown.
Right, right.
Uh, it's coming to fruition right now because, like I said, we moved into Marygrove, and we are putting our stamp on Marygrove College campus. And now the world knows that DYC is on the campus of the old Marygrove College for
And
sure.
you're right, the world knows, and you are only limited by your own imagination. You can
Yeah,
go just as far as you can go. So there's a young person out there somewhere who's been inspired by DYC, who's
yeah.
been inspired by you. What advice would you give them?
Well, I would tell any young person listening to me to keep going. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't. You can't. Just keep. Just keep pushing. Keep striving for the best. Keep your head up. Hard work, dedication is how I made it this far, and how the kids made it this far, and that young person can make it this far as well. I won't be. This won't be the last time they'll see an all black choir on America's Got Talent, but we're just happy to be the first.
Absolutely.